Hi, we are Lucky 13 Engineering, and we are here to discuss our project for the Civil Engineering 495 Capstone class. For our project, we chose the Lemon Grove Gateway signs. During this semester, we were paired with the SAGE project. The SAGE project is an organization that coordinates San Diego State University students to work with the neighboring cities of San Diego to facilitate a variety of projects for the various communities. Working with the SAGE project entails meeting with multiple city officials and interacting with them as clients. The SAGE project reaches out to local city leaders and solicits any current or future endeavors the cities are interested in planning. Our team members and their responsibilities are Sebastian Dowling, Project Management, Eric Turner and Steve Becerra, Geotechnical Engineering, Alexis Bray and Nicole Deeb, Structural Engineering, Michaela Gonzalez as Construction and Procurement, and Stephen Medina, Transportation Engineering. For the last 2 semesters, the SAGE project has been working with the City of Lemon Grove to provide student solutions to current problems and future projects. The student solutions are then used by the city as a stepping stone to further city improvements and potential grant options to make these projects come to life. Our project with the City of Lemon Grove is to determine the location, cost, and design of the new gateway signs into the city. Our project started with a meeting with Lemon Grove, our new client, to discuss their goals and expectations for the end of product. During the meeting, we learned about the history of Lemon Grove, what its citizens and leadership value, and what truly defines them as a community. We were also presented with the information required for a request for proposal. With this information, our part of the project began by reviewing the proposed sites and making trips to the locations to determine the existing conditions.
Incorporated in 1977, the city of Lemon Grove is a small suburb of San Diego. A location that used to be filled with lemon groves, it recently has started to see an influx of residents and companies as San Diego grows as a whole. The desires of city leadership is to capture the current growth and direct it so that the city develops as a unified whole. Our Gateway project is a stepping stone for the city to bring about a unified atmosphere. Initially, there were 9 site locations proposed by the city. After reviewing the existing conditions and general locations, our team agreed upon 8 sites which met the desired criteria for a gateway sign. This consideration was made by evaluating the potential placement, visibility, and the proximity to other entrances in the city. After determining locations, we then considered which sign types would be appropriate for each location.
The most important site to the Lemon Grove is the downtown promenade location. This location is primed to become the jewel of Lemon Grove. Ideally, this section of Broadway could be used as an area for holiday street fairs similar to the ones put on by the city of La Mesa. The gateway sign will become the entry to the festivity area. We selected a location that was just east of the intersection of Broadway and Lemon Grove Avenue. This location has a large center median and is visible up and down Broadway.
After our initial analysis, we consulted KPFF Structural Engineering to help guide us in our structural calculations. Based on recommendations and assumptions given to us by KPFF, we decided on 3 different types of signs to design. In total, 6 single-post center-mounted signs, 1 single-post cantilever sign, and 1 double-post archway sign were chosen for our 9 sites, with us recommending not to place a sign at the Federal Boulevard site due to a lack of space and interference of utilities at all prominent locations. In designing these 3 structures, we evaluated each member of the structure to make sure it met code requirements and held a minimum factor of safety. For design of the 3 signs, we analyzed the components of the sign and foundation with applicable ASCE 7 load cases to ensure that the sign will withstand everyday and extraordinary circumstances. With the aid of engineers from KPFF Structural Engineering, our project started to come together with the go-ahead knowledge and assumptions provided to us from their experience. Their help was key to starting our project in the right direction. We operated under a few assumptions during our calculations to help aid the design process. Calculations were conducted with the assumption that the sign would be a 9-foot by 16-foot maximum. We also used a nearby boring sample from the Lemon Grove Avenue Highway 94 realignment for the soil profiles of all of our sites. We designed the signs with HSS 14-inch, 16-inch, and 4-inch round and square sections, utilizing pre-drilled caisson deep foundations and Simpson mounts and anchor bolts. There were a few differences in the design calculations of the three sign types. For the single post center mounted, we calculated the footing size first to show how much more effective and less expensive a deep foundation would be. And for the double post archway, we calculated the camber of the crossbeam due to the long span in order to offset the deformation at mid-span and help support the sign's load.
The goal in designing temporary traffic control zones for this project was to ensure that the proposed plans efficiently manage traffic, citizen, and worker safety. Vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists were all considered when designing the temporary traffic control zones. Our team expects that the best time of day to construct the signs will be during the night. For procurement, we determined several standard components for sign construction. The items included the costs for augering, formwork, and concrete pouring and finishing for the caisson footings. Also considered were the costs associated with rebar cages, anchor bolts, and the steel posts, as well as decorative sign budgets and landscaping. For most of these items, we were able to reach out to industry professionals to find estimated hard costs. The exception was the decorative sign budget. For this estimate, the design was too preliminary for a hard cost, so we carried a budget of $8,000 per single post sign and $25,000 for the archway. In addition to the base cost, we included alternate pricing for site lighting, including trenching and electrical equipment. In conclusion, we estimate the total base cost to be $432,750. The project schedule was developed through work experience and a compilation of input from various construction contractors and vendors in the sign industry. The schedule starts in the design phase, where research and recommendations are made. The next phase is procurement, which includes contract and material orders. It is assumed that the signs will each take about 2 weeks to fabricate, and that no more than 2 signs may be fabricated at a single time due to shop constraints. Our recommended schedule solution is a 102-day work schedule. The schedule has assigned 19 days to the design and engineering phase, 70 days to the procurement phase, and 66 days to the construction phase. On average, construction will take 10 days per sign per site. The schedule assumes that all of the sites are being designed and built during the same overall project duration. This allows the equipment and crews to benefit from the close proximity of the projects and thus be more efficient, saving money.
As part of the SAGE program, our group was partnered with the design class for the sign designs. The art class started much later than we did, so coordinating with them was done near the end of our project. The design class was tasked with providing a thematic design that could be implemented on 4 different sign types. Each student in the class created a design that would be used for the T-post signs, the cantilever, the archway, as well as a monument sign. We were able to provide some design parameters to the class and gave a constructability review before the final designs were presented to the city at the SAGE Symposium. The students were encouraged to keep the Lemon Grove heritage in mind while establishing modern themes and art styles. You can see here some of the examples of the artwork provided by the group. This capstone project has been a unique but fun undertaking, and as a group, we learned a lot this semester. We would like to thank the City of Lemon Grove, the SAGE project, and our mentors and advisors for their time, expertise, and counsel. For more information, please check the plans.